Okay, this is a tutorial where I'm going to run through the process of creating and organizing blog entries in WIX, okay, for your portfolio. And it's a pretty simple, straightforward process. It is the same for all of my courses, whether you're in the grade 10, 11, or 12 contact course. This is how you'll create and organize your blogs. The template may be different depending on what course you're in, but the process is the same. So let's take a look. Okay, so here's WIX. We're in. This is a generic website that I just created for my grade 10 course. It's using the Sasha Blake template, but as I mentioned, if you're in grade 11, you're using a different template. You're using the train of thought potentially, and in the grade 12 course, you're using the Daria Hanks. It doesn't matter the case, which case you're using. This is the process. So first, you need to make sure that you have a blog. So go to your blog, and you're going to manage posts. Okay, now I've already deleted. By default, you'll see that there should be, when you first open this, there should be 5 generic posts that have been created by WIX. I've already deleted those. Okay, so you'll see that I have none. You can do that as well. Once you have created your blog, you don't need to keep the generic content here. So you can create your own blogs from a blank slate. Now, so what we'll do here is we'll create an editor, a blog entry here using the editor. Give that a second to load. Sometimes WIX takes a few minutes to load, but once it does, we'll get into editing that content. I'm going to restart that process. It's taking too long for me. Okay, so that took a second. All right, so here is this is a blank blog viewer. I haven't got any blogs created, so we'll create one in a second. But before I do that, I want to demonstrate just quickly that you have on the left here a categories manager. Okay, so if I click on categories here, by default, you will probably have a number of categories existing here already. If you've deleted your posts, they may be gone. Either way, we're going to create a new couple of categories just so we can see how that's done. For my grade 10 course, so an example that I'm using here might be Illustrator. So I'm going to create a category called Illustrator, and it's going to update that here in the category title. I don't need a description or an image, so I'm just going to hit save. And some of the other categories that I might need throughout the rest of this course, I might need Photoshop. So I'm going to create a Photoshop category. I'm going to save that. And later in the course, I'm also going to need a typography. So I'll create that as well. Okay, so there I've got 3 categories, okay, which my blogs can then be kind of categorized by. Now, if you're in the grade 11 course, maybe the categories are going to be Scratch or Animate or Game Design, whatever they are. And in grade 12, they may be Film or they may be SketchUp, depending on what we're learning each year. These categories may change, and you can create and delete these whatever you want. You can create new ones. That's easy enough to do. Let's go back to our main menu. So I'm going to click on the main menu here. And I'm going to create a new blog by clicking on my blogs. Okay, and now because I have done, you may have to delete yours, but now you're going to create a new post here. And I'm just going to make this one, maybe this is my illustration 3, which is Grover. And I'm going to make a short intro here with some okay, there's gonna be a paragraph here that introduces you to what I did and the skills I learned and the tools, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to maybe grab an image, so I'll go and upload a picture of the graphic that I want to use. So I'll go grab that. Okay, there's our Grover. I'm going to add that to the page. Okay, and I'm going to maybe I write some more down here. Either way, when I'm done with this thing, the next thing I need to do is then categorize it. So what you'll see here on the left is categories. Now this, as I said, is going to be an illustration, which means it's from the Illustrator unit. So I'm going to click on Illustrator. Now, depending on which course you are, again, you're going to just click whatever this relates to. And when I publish this, Okay, this gets published to my website, and you'll notice here that it now says Illustrator as a category. Okay, I can close this out and I can view the site if I go publish. And then I go to view my site. Okay, and here we'll see that when I go to blogs, my one and only blog shows up here, okay? And it's been categorized according to Illustrator. So you can see here, it says all posts, Illustrator, Photoshop, and typography, and whatever other categories I create, if I'm doing another unit on digital literacy or theory or whatever it is, it'll get added here, okay? And because I have done no blogs that are in the Photoshop category, if I click on Photoshop, it doesn't show me anything. Same with typography. I haven't got anything in that category either, but I will by the end of the course and say I'm going to have 15 in total. Maybe there's 5, 5, and 5 for each of these. Right now, I click on Illustrator, and this is the only one that shows up here because I've only done one. And of course, all posts shows the same thing. Okay, it's quite straightforward, really, really easy to do. Just a matter of going in there and modifying in your editor, within your blog manager, creating those categories, and then linking each blog to the category that it relates to, and keeping that orderly in a way that organizes your site in a way that makes it easy to manage and find your work for a viewer. And in that case, the viewer is me. All right, that's as simple as it gets. We don't have to wait for this because you've already seen it. And I hope that is straightforward enough for everyone to follow. Good luck.